Start sending us video.
Oh, it's back.
Okay. It's working?
Yep, and we're in HD, baby. Okay,
Okay,
let
and I've set it
me
to
turn
public.
audio back on, make sure I can hear you.
Is it still the same chat?
I think it'll be a new one, but yeah, it's a new chat. You have the old chat window up still.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Fixing that.
And I guess you should make a new tweet about it, probably.
Can you put something in the chat? Just to test that it's working.
It's working! Yay!
Yippee! Yip, yippee! All right.
Okay.
And you're getting good HD quality now?
Yep. Yep, 1080, 60 FPS. Now you can actually read the chat on screen.
That's amazing. Okay, and a new tweet or post or whatever is made. And I can open up the chat so I can read that too. And I can play. And what's that timer at?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Let's go check on it. You have 31 minutes and 32 seconds.
All right.
Just enough time to beat all 7 tutorial challenges.
I might just skip some of this tutorial because I generally know how to play Blinks. Like here, I'm getting the pause thing. Once I get through those, bam, I can now pause. Well, how's the game audio, by the way?
Let me pop audio back on.
Yeah, just making sure the game can be heard as well, because I have it very quiet for myself, but I want to make sure it's not either overpowering us or retries. Okay.
I mean, it's quiet, but it's not like impossible to hear. It's just I don't think there's much voice acting or anything, so it shouldn't really be an issue. But we are louder than it.
Well, we should probably be louder than the game itself, but
yeah, I mean we're to like a significant enough degree. We're like the core thing.
I might be able to turn the game capture up. I don't really see much of an option for it though.
Yeah, it's probably fine. No one's complained about it yet.
Well, now that we put it in their mind. Okay,
if
right
the game audio
sweet.
is too low, complain in chat so that we know.
And then I can struggle to figure out how to make it better. The tutorial in the ah! Why did I get exploded? Oh, that's part of the tutorial. They killed me on purpose to teach me a lesson. Right, that's what the Blinks things does. And now I can get out of the way of that bomb they're going to drop on my head.
Wow, he's time sweeping.
I'm time sweeping.
Success.
Oh, we got a medieval torture device.
Fun, exciting.
Maybe not torture. That's probably just death. And collect 3 time crystals. So that's
we are indeed back. Never have we been more back.
We so back. Alright, time crystals fill up slots in your sweeper. And then, yes, that's the thing that I can use to pause time. I think I used the right bumpers? No, D-pad. And then X.
For those of you who remember that we have a timer going, by the way, we're at 28 minutes left. 28 minutes, 40 seconds.
Oh, boy. Alright, use the D-pad and time the thing to run through. Yippee! Alright, you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna... I don't like that effect. I just want to skip
blue?
the tutorial? Okay, well. Use slow react. Use the pause react. No, I can't pause the game during the dialogue. That's dumb.
I don't know. A lot of games do that.
Yay, we passed.
I think you might be cheating, dude.
No, no, no. If you go to class and you just skip classes, you pass. It's just, you know, as one does.
Picaro here, safely landed on the Time Furnace world. Nekoji here. We've arrived in the Ever Snow world. It's an icebox here.
This is Pelon calling in from the Dark Valley.
That's just blinks.
Under attack by time monsters.
Crime here at Woodstone.
Oh yeah.
Calm down, guys.
Hey, that's blinks.
This is the Time Factory CEO.
yeah.
Someone has touched the big crystal and
Ooh, someone touched a big crystal, and now we're all in danger.
Blinks is so cool. I wish I was Blinks.
The factory supply of
Me
time
too.
won't last long. Your orders are to spread out and
I do like that they
crystal.
gave him the classic Sonic, modern Sonic redesign, but just between Blinks 1 and 2. Like, we need a newer, edgier, cooler Blinks.
He
the
doesn't
new
really
era.
look too different in Blinks 2. He just gets that cut on his face, and then that's kind of it.
He changes, but it's harder to notice unless you look at him side by side. But they do.
I'm on it. Here
He
we
is
go
adjusted.
again.
He's less baby faced and more like, wow.
Alright, break
I'm
through the
cool.
Tom barricades. Attack the barricades with 3 bombs, or steal the key to the barricades. So we're here. This is war. Okay.
Wow.
3 bombs to destroy it.
I'm gonna be honest. The game doesn't look like I thought it would. I thought it'd be a lot more
Dark.
like maybe not dream worldy, but like other dimensional.
No, the
we're
first
kinda
game looks a
getting-
little bit like Paris or like Venezuela,
Uh huh.
and this one
I
looks more like.
think those are two completely different places, but I'll I'll let it go.
Well, it's like there. No, there's different places. I'm just saying it has like sort of a European vibe to the first game.
Okay. We're gonna move past that. The geography ones we don't have to.
All right. Why can't I get the forward time things? Why am I only limited to rewind and pause? Okay, so I need to get through. I'm supposed to do something here.
Maybe it was in the tutorial that you skipped.
Now, I know how to pause, but I don't know where I'm supposed to be going in this because I saw it was like up there somewhere.
I don't know. Does that red thread connected to the gate link back to like a switch to open the gate?
Yeah, there's something here. Oh, expose the panels to air to activate them. Expose the panels to air to activate them.
So you need to drain the water.
Or maybe. So you see, I have a 100
okay.
IQ brain. I figured, oh, I can pause the world, move the water out of the way, and then, you know, the rest is magic. Why would it have to be exposed to air?
I don't know.
Hit things with your sweeper.
Hello, Noni, big fan, big fan.
Welcome.
Or it could be Noni. I haven't pronounced it out loud before. I don't know what the correct version is. Big fan though.
We are playing Blinks the Time Sweeper. Definitely not a Sonic game.
We're actually playing Blinks 2, which is not called that, but same difference.
It's called Blinks 2, the Masters of Time and Space. Or no, Masters of Time and Space, not the. Okay.
Okay, I got it right, allegedly. It can be pronounced any way.
Interchangeable.
Interchangeable. I don't know, I'm kind of the same
Turns.
way. I usually don't care.
Okay, well, we're just gonna
The enemy faction is like the pig guys, right?
Yeah, there.
Or is there a miscellaneous third party that is evil? He kind of
So
just looks like auto turrets here.
I think how this game's supposed to go. Oh, I've gone backwards. Wasn't I supposed to be getting like bombs or something?
Maybe.
Oh. Okay, well, running back up there. I believe this is supposed to be a Team Hero, Team Dark type situation. So, the pigs have their own kind of thing going on. Like, they.
Yeah, in Blinks 1, they're the bad guys, though, right?
Yeah, like, undisputably the bad guys in Blinks 1. But in this game, it's like, oh no, something they did, and now you have to play their side of the story to see what they're trying to do to fix the thing. I think.
We're Blinks lore experts. We know all about Blinks.
Oh, I don't have anything to... Oh, those are bombs. Why not just... Okay, wait. I suck these up. And I shoot that at them. And...
Is there trash right here that you can... Oh, that just gets sucked in.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, you can't shoot those.
Oh, don't worry. Trash just respawns. Just like in real life.
Wow.
Okay, we
This
took
says
him
a lot
out.
about society.
And now that arrow's lit, but I think I'm supposed to go here? No, there's clearly coins down here. Okay, well, I missed most of those. Oh, maybe I go this way.
Did any gamers in the chat play Crossworlds? Does anyone have any hot Crossworlds takes from the closed network test? We talked about it a little bit before stream, Nibroc and I, but it's a very interesting game. It's interesting that they decided to make the items like that.
Well, this is why the playtesting... I mean, like, sure, the main thing they want to make sure is the networking, and that's a hard thing to get right. But also, like, hey, if the play test shows that, like, the items were too chaotic, that's something they can balance out and kind of account for.
Yeah, no, it's good they're fixing it ahead of time. I think even if the game had come out and it was like this, they probably would have patched it post-launch, too, because they have, like, a whole season pass that they're...
Oh, this game's also doing season passes?
It's getting a season pass.
Oh, nice for
So I don't know how long it'll get support for. Maybe they'll just do the one, and then depending on if people are actually playing and buying, they'll do more. But
I hate to bring it up because, you know, let games be their own thing, but it definitely seems a lot like Team Sonic or Team Crash Racing. Jeez.
Crash Team
Racing. That's the one. Because that also had season passes going on in it.
Wasn't that more like live service almost though?
It was, but I'm pretty sure those were like battle passes.
Yeah, I don't think Crossworld is doing a battle pass. I think it's just doing a season pass, which is just like over time we put out new DLC characters and stuff. Although I haven't looked at the DLC page in a minute, so I don't know. I can look it up right now. Sonic.
At most, we know that they're getting Sonic Prime themed things, right?
Yeah, we do know that. That's like a deluxe version bonus if you...
Oh, okay. So it's not really DLC, that's just base game deluxe version.
It's day one DLC under a nicer name.
Oh, right. I can hit things with my... I did learn that in the tutorial. So there's the bombs. And then I think the barricade was yonder. So it said I could attack the barricade with 3 bombs, or I could find the key. And I was looking for the key, but... Okay, take a few steps back. Okay, that still hit me. And I need one more bomb.
Man, that last bomb just like clipped through the wall.
It sure did. How's that time looking?
You probably got like 10 minutes left. Let's see. let's.
If I
Let's
can
see.
complete this level, we can consider this a success.
Oh no, you've got 18 minutes. Lucky you.
Oh, so great. You can pass through the barricade. Okay, so I only collected 2 bombs the first time. I thought I had 3 because it said 3, but one of those was, I think, a trash.
Oh. Well, that would explain why it didn't explode then.
Yep.
So yeah, the
Oh!
Digital Deluxe Edition has base game, DLC Season Pass, Sonic Prime playable characters, and early access to game, which is pretty much standard on Sega titles now. You can get like 2 to 3 day early access. Is there a reason that you keep choosing to shoot the bomb at the door when you're standing right next to it?
I don't know.
Okay. Oh,
We're just not making very great moves here. So I'm going to go down there. The thing's going to come at me to shoot, and then I'm going to either slow down time or pause time. I should probably pause time here, and then we're gonna take a nice, comfortable step back and then shoot this. I need to shoot it more than once. Well, hey, look, I have 2 bombs again.
yeah. If you think about it, this is actually this is according to plan. This is what we wanted.
And I just shot one of the bombs and lost it. Alright, well, let me get out of the way before this thing kills me. I mean... this is the first level. And, like, yes, sure, I didn't do the tutorial, but I don't think the tutorial would have equipped me for, like, handling that situation. Like, I know what I have to do, I just didn't perform it correctly. Because it's kind of a abstract concept to do at the first level.
So it sounds like it's kind of a skill issue, is what you're saying.
I am using the skill issue card here, yes. I know what I need to do, but I'm just dumb. So, okay, first of all, I thought I was safe from this distance. Why is the bomb radius so huge?
It's really big.
Yeah, okay, let me...
Backseat Streams is here, by the way.
Oh, backseat. It's been a while.
Yay! Yay!
Welcome to being a streamer. Yeah. Hey, door opened. That looks like a cat medal. Does that look like a cat medal? Looks like lens flare to me.
Yeah, it's a little bit bright.
It's a wee bit bright. Mission 1 clear! Wow!
Yes.
You think we're gonna have
You
time
did
for
it.
another mission?
We just might.
Wow,
I got
crazy.
15 minutes.
That took me 7 minutes to complete that challenge.
Okay, well at that rate, if you keep doing them in 7 minutes, we can get 2 more done.
Ooh.
I don't think that was counting the times that you, like, died and reset to checkpoints, so it was probably longer than 7 minutes.
I'm pretty sure.
But as long as you can ace 2 more levels and they're the exact same length, you can do it.
Take the batteries with you and head to the West Island? West? Get 2 large batteries from Carofish. Steal 4 batteries from the Tom Tom game.
He has weekends, so he doesn't have to make the game on Sunday.
Honestly, most weekends I'm busy too. This is a rare occasion where I actually have free time. So, over December, I built this streaming setup. I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to start streaming games because I want to be doing a lot more of that. Because I want to talk about video games, I want to share my love for video games, and I just want to show off some of the weird and, like, interesting things. And this is definitely a weird and interesting game. I don't know. I played the first Blinks, and I just didn't really feel like it was something that was really for me. I kind of prefer more of a traditional platformer. This is it's hard to describe this game. You know, it's not easy to put it into a genre. It's like a puzzle platformer, kind of
Yeah, it's
arcadey.
primarily puzzle.
Huh?
It's primarily puzzle stuff.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I think most people would probably just throw this into the like adventure category or something, but it's a very unique beast of a game. The first one is, and this is more of the same, but looks like they try to kind of up the ante on all levels, which I don't know. It just feels like a lot to me. Like the first game was a little simple, easy to kind of understand. Like, oh, you have time abilities. You can use the time abilities to do certain time-based things, and here there's just a lot more things I have to think about and manage. I don't know. I could be wrong. The first game might have been more complex than leaving on, but I felt like I understood it after playing a bit of the first game. This here, I mean, I don't know.
oh,
Yeah, I kind of wonder if I just stood still if that thing would have hit me or not.
I think so. It kind of pointed right at you.
Oh, again, the bomb radius. When am I going to learn this lesson? Oh yeah, I named my character Winks.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that Blinks was supposed to be like, oh, this is going to be our kind of Sonic Mario-ish character for the Xbox.
I don't know if he ever was actually set up to be that by Microsoft. I know that in the general public, like, marketing was like, yeah, we gotta push the edginess of this character, and like he's gonna be the person like, move over Mario, here comes Blinks, and like that's a poorly aged tweet.
Yeah.
But I don't think Blinks was ever meant to be that kind of thing. I think it was just supposed to be a fun, creative game. It's weird thinking about it because Microsoft really doesn't put out a lot of originals anymore, and even during like the Xbox era, they didn't have too many games that they were pumping out.
Technically, Xbox owns like a ton of studios now, so they are putting out.
They do
original
now, but
games
back
to
then
float.
they didn't have a whole ton, and so it was kind of special when they put something out. Like you have Halo, you have Gotham City Racing. There were a couple of games that were like only on Xbox, but there just wasn't a lot of like Xbox originals. So there's this game. I know this game
Kazooie Nuts
exists.
and Bolts.
Huh?
And
Well, no, this was
Banjo-Kazooie
before.
Nuts and Bolts.
Like, we're on Xbox. This is not Xbox 360.
Yeah, that's true.
So
They were mostly leaning on like the Sega deal for a while. They had a lot of, because after the Dreamcast died, they kind of took over with like publishing a lot of original stuff from them. Like they have Jet Set Radio Future.
yeah,
They got like Sega GT stuff like
Sega
that.
GT, Jet Set Radio Future. There were some other ones, but I am blanking on their names right now.
So Blinks 2 is 2004 for the person that said this seems like an early PS2, late PS1 game. So it's
I
like,
mean, yeah, that would be around the era. Now, the Xbox, the original Xbox, is a little more powerful than those things.
yeah.
But just because it's more powerful doesn't mean it got more use. Like, not many games that actually capitalize on the power of the Xbox because they were trying to be multi-platform. So playing Xbox-only games is very special because you can see things like this water here. This water looks very nice for 2004. I mean, maybe. I think it looks nice.
I think that looks pretty good.
There's other things here, like one. Let me see if I can zoom. What killed me?
Let's see. I'm waiting for it on my side. Yep.
Oh, that's right. You're watching it.
Yeah, I'm watching a couple.
So
seconds
one
behind.
thing that was
I
very
got
big
guided
on
from nowhere.
the Xbox was they had this nice looking fur shader, and a lot of games took advantage of the fur shader. I remember Conker's Bad Fur Day Live and Reloaded had a really nice looking like fur shading, and then I mean there were other games. Well, there was some other game with a mouse like Squeaks. So
I'm
some
gonna be
mouse
honest,
game.
I do not know the Xbox catalog like at all.
Well, okay, yeah, fair enough. I don't really either, so this is my first time really collecting and playing Xbox games. I've got the original Xbox working, and then of course you can play a couple of those games on the 360, so I'm playing Blinks here on the 360 just for the best output. But 480 off the Xbox original doesn't look as bad as, like, compared to the Xbox, or compared to the Wii and the PlayStation 2. I had to get an adapter for PlayStation 2 for that to look good. I haven't figured out the Wii yet. So I need to get the thing so that I can use the pause ability, but I have not seen the things for the pause ability. I only have the slowdown time or rewind time. And I need to defeat this guy here. Maybe I can get the bomb before he shoots me, and then I can fire the bombs at him from below?
Or just, I mean, you can kill him with trash too, can't you? Or does it have to be bombs?
I mean, I got him.
Oh. I'm seeing.
I could potentially stream the game to you directly from the OBS feed so that you have instant reaction.
It's alright.
But I don't want to put more stress on the stream.
Yeah, I don't want to tank that either. So
Yeah.
it's cool like this. I think.
I'm seeing the chat backseat ask about Cameo.
Cameo.
That was a game that was slated for like GameCube and stuff, I think, and then it ended up when Rare bought it, it went into development hell, and then eventually released as an Xbox 360 launch title. Wasn't on the original OG Xbox, but it was around that time where like it was being made for the GameCube and for. Well, I don't know if Rare was doing that one multiplat. I think it might have been. Or, no, I could be thinking of Grabbed by the Ghoulies. That one made it onto the GameCube box.
Maybe.
Okay, we're gonna expose the buttons to the air. Moisture censored buttons or something, I don't know.
You gotta dry them off.
Yeah.
Oh, or just step on them.
Soak it up with my cat fur. My beautiful Xbox cat fur. Always be sweeping, you know?
Cameo was originally for the 64.
Bad, huh?
That bad.
Ooh. I mean, I knew Rare was doing a lot of things back then, but... Yeah, that's...
Unfortunate.
That's a lot of
Yeah,
development.
it went 64 to GameCube to Xbox to 360. That's rough, man.
Okay, so there's a button here.
Uh-huh.
I have to push the button. Can I not? I can't shoot at the button?
He didn't play the tutorial to learn how to push the button. You might have to pick up trash and launch it at the button, perhaps.
Yeah, but it's not... I would think it would target if I did that.
Oh.
See, I'm not getting any
Perhaps.
target reticle. I don't think slowing down time is going to make this happen. See, that looks like it would push the button in, but it's just not. Oh, maybe because I was rewinding time. Let me just try walking into it now. Oh, okay. I wonder if that button would have been in the tutorial. You have a hit. Oh, gosh dang it! I rewinded again. You have a hit button, so I would think, oh, hit the button with the hit button, right? I don't know. That seems intuitive enough to me. Am I supposed to go down here?
Well, you can't go back the way you came.
No. Oh, this is the start. I need one more battery. Like, little battery.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that's what you're supposed to be doing here.
I don't think we're making it to 2 levels of this thing. Oh, that bomb's going to explode.
I don't think so either, but you do have 3 minutes
No,
and
it's
50 seconds to find that last battery. And then we get to spin the wheel of stupendousness.
Wheel of game. Oh, Found a milk carton.
Ah, because he's a cat.
He is a cat. The cat does drink the milk.
It's just like chili dogs, dude, and hedgehogs. They're linked. They're connected. Everyone knows.
I don't think those things are remotely connected.
Everyone knows.
Okay, do you remember where I found the first 3 batteries? Because I'm guessing it's going to be in a similar
I
situation.
did not even realize you had been picking up the batteries.
Well, these enemies respawn, so I don't think it's the enemies. I think I broke a box, and that's how I found the first battery. Oh, there's all this down here. If I can get one more...
Oh, you probably completed like the water puzzles and stuff.
Yeah, let me just hit this guy with my thing and give me the pause ability. Okay, geez. Why give me a melee if it's that ineffective to kill enemies? I'm taking more damage from them than I am delivering damage trying to use that. Okay, great. I have the pause ability. Now I can do the water puzzle. Allegedly. Okay. Really hope touching him. Ugh! Gosh! I'm dead.
Blinks fans, we have 2 minutes to get this done.
Okay, we're rewinding. Rewind time. And it's right back to right after I messed up the puzzle. Beautiful. Wonderful. Oh. This is not going very well. Did he just eat that? Okay, well, eat this.
I think he did. Okay, I guess this guy you have to use bombs on.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
I thought Blinks was going to be a funnier game than it is. I mean, not that it's not a little bit interesting, but
It's interesting.
it's very much just like going around doing puzzles. And I had a very different perception. Although I guess I shouldn't have, because I did know it was like time stuff. Which kind of lends itself to puzzles.
Well, I think the first game had a lot more puzzle platforming challenge stuff. I mean, there are some here, but there's a lot more emphasis on the combat, and I didn't think the combat in Blinks 1 was necessarily very good. I was like, okay, well, you can take out enemies by blowing and sucking and stuff, but this is having to do like a little, like, yeah, it's most video games add a couple layers to their base thing, right? Link's one was a little simple, so this is adding on to it with more everything. And I don't know. I don't really think that more of everything here on Blinks was such a great idea. It's just a little cumbersome.
And that's time.
Okay, well, I'm probably like super close to finishing this, so we're just gonna... if this gets me the battery that I need, and then... Gosh, that was really tight.
Yeah, also those little touchpads are very not... It should just activate if you step on them. I don't know why you have to hit the very center of every single switch.
Okay, well, that was not the end of the level. I'm still 1 battery short of my... And I died. Okay, well! That has been Blinks, everybody.
Nobody plays it better than him. You're coming to this stream for the high quality, professional Blinks 2 gameplay that we all know and love.
Okay, well, you know what it's time for then. It's time for me to...
Spin the wheel.
Yep. So we're going to...
Although I guess we should probably take Blinks out of there.
We should take Blinks out, and...
There's 40 minutes of Blinks 2.
Alright, we're gonna... You know what? Jude. Maybe 4. I just wasn't really feeling that. I think I rated Blinks 1 a little bit higher. I'm sure if I come back and I sit down and I give these games like a more of a time, more chance, but I don't know. Your first impressions are kind of important to a video game, and starting off with a 7-step tutorial, like you're the sequel game, right? So I feel like there should be some amount of, hey, did you play the first game? Yes, no, great. Here's what's new in this game, or have you ever played a video game before in your life? Yes or no. Here's a full tutorial to teach you how to move camera control. You know.
Also, for everyone who missed the 7-part tutorial, it's not like there's 7 things you have to learn. It's a 7-segment tutorial, and each segment has multiple things that you need to learn in it. Like the first one is all camera controls, and then like the second one was climbing, and then the third one was like, oh, here's how to use your time powers to like avoid obstacles, and then there were 7 of those. But they all have multiple challenges.
I can't help but feel like I didn't give the game a fair chance because I didn't complete the tutorial the way they wanted me to. But at the same time, I played Blinks 1. I know enough about like the time mechanics here. They should have had a thing like, hey, what's your familiarity with the Blinks series? Did you play Blinks 1? Great. Let's just catch up to speed a little bit, you know? So that's, I don't know. Do you want to put another game on the wheel?
No, I think that was all from on my side. What I saw that was I thought would be like interesting to watch.
Okay, so we're just
I wanted it to mostly be stuff that was just like jump in and go. I didn't realize that Blinks would have the 7-step tutorial, or I probably would not have suggested it.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, you know, Sonic. It's like Sonic. People like that. And I was wrong.
No, it's not like Sonic. Even the character design.
I just meant it's like the furry, funny character by the guy who made Sonic. This will be fun.
Fair enough.
Not that maybe it is fun, but not a good jump in, play for 40 minutes game.
All right, so we're going to spin the wheel again. Sherlock, would you like to spin the wheel?
Do I have that capability?
No, but I'm going to pretend you do, and I'm going to spin it when you say spin.
Okay. Ready, set, spin that wheel.
Wow, what a good spin, Sherlock. Let's see what we land on here. And...
Oh, Just Set Radio Future probably also has a big tutorial in it, so if it lands on that one, we might just have to skip it.
It's Casper's Spirit Dimension!
Woo!
Yippee! So this is a game that I just bought.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I just bought Casper's Spirit
I'm
Dimension.
assuming this is Casper the friendly ghost.
This is Casper the Friendly Ghost. So I just picked this game up today for $9. This I like how this is a Hollywood video this game came from. Oh, we got instructions in here. Don't you love it when the game has instructions? So how familiar are you with the Casper series?
I know one that he's friendly.
He is friendly. Although I will note here that he doesn't look very friendly on this cover. He looks like he's about to shoot me with an orb.
Well, I was about to say that with the title, Casper Spirit Dimensions is not really the kind of title that I would expect from a Casper the Friendly Ghost video game. So they might also be kind of going on like the little bit edgy, a little bit cool, like we're reinventing Casper.
All right, so this
for
game,
the PlayStation 2.
This game is, I don't recognize any of these brands on here. So Harvey and Lucky Chicken are the developers of this game. I'm gonna go switch my HDMI inputs to the PlayStation 2. So give me a second here.
All right, let's look up Casper Spirit Dimension on my side. Let's see if there's any fun factoids about it. Yep, developer was Lucky Chicken Games. What else have they made? They made a Hot Wheels game. They made a Matchbox game. They made a Robotech Macross game. Aquaman, Battle for Atlantis. Tonka Rescue Patrol. Underworld, the movie series. They made a tie-in game for that. And it looks like they closed down a little bit after 2005 because they have NHRA 2005 Championship Drag Racing and then Emergency Patrol, and their list of games ends there.
Okay, so we just turned that on, and
let's see, do I know this one? I did not mean to go to the Tonka Wikipedia page. I was trying to see more about that video game. But maybe it doesn't have its own page.
Oh, what? Casper Spirit Dimension?
I was looking up Lucky Chicken Games and the other games they've made. Mostly tie-in stuff, and they closed down around 2005, 2006.
Ooh, we could be looking at one of their last games here. Okay, so let me go figure out why it's not working.
They were actually purchased by a mobile game publisher, and then it doesn't exist as its own thing, but sometimes they get credited for the mobile games that they publish under under Abandoned Games, Abandoned Mobile. So who can say? Who knows? But it seems like they're only producing high quality, good video games that everyone loves and remembers. IGN gave this video game a 5.5 out of 10, and Metacritic is sitting at 58%. They're pretty consistent between opinions there. However, the Google user overview says 84% of people like this game. And eBay says 5 out of 5. I don't know how eBay has like game ratings, how that makes sense, but 5 out of 5 is a perfect score. And if I know anything, it's that eBay sellers are to be trusted. I think we can rely on that review. Okay, so Harvey from the cover was Harvey Comics, which is where that's like the publisher that owns Casper, the Casper IP. That's why they were on there. Let's see, gameplay. It's gonna be a 3D action adventure game. It's the first 3D game to have a movable camera in the Casper
Okay,
series.
and we are
The
gaming.
bar is really, really high.
Sorry, what?
I'm going on a research trip on this game before you start it up and letting everyone know what we're in for.
Oh,
So,
great. Don't tell me. Hold on. I gotta turn some things off now.
So, oh, okay, headphones back off.
All right, I have returned. Now, I do
Oh,
know
you're
that Casper games exist. I do know that there is a Casper game that is notoriously broken. I don't know if it's this one. There might be two Casper games because there was the movies.
There's more than this one, I know, because the Wikipedia page says this is the first 3D Casper game to have a movable camera with the analog stick. I don't know why it was notable enough to like put in the Wikipedia entry, but there's probably not a lot of people who are editing the page, if I had to guess.
What? Correct me if I'm wrong here, but we just saw logos on the screen, right?
I was reading the Wikipedia page, so I did not see a single thing.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure I saw logos unless I have amnesia.
It might have frozen. You might have broken it.
Okay, let's go reset the PlayStation.
You bring up a good point. Casper's transition to 3D. Let me look, see if there's a list of Casper video games and see where this takes place in the lineage. It says it's the first 3D game with a movable camera, but that would mean that there might be another Casper, the Friendly Ghost. There might be another 3D game before it that doesn't have a camera. The Friendly Ghost video game. Let's see. Oh, they do have a Sega Saturn, PlayStation 1, 3DO, and Game Boy Color game. Casper, a haunting 3D challenge. There's actually like a bunch of Casper games before this one. This is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the 9th installment in the Casper video game branch. And after this one, there are 4 more.
Okay, I figured out what the issue is.
Maybe doesn't bode well.
So I have a special HDMI thing for my PlayStation 2, and that's plugged into the TV. So when I turned my TV off, it turned off my HDMI thing for the PlayStation 2. Now, normally, my TV's on when my PlayStation 2 is on, so I need to figure out what to plug it into. Give me a second here. This is so much live troubleshooting.
Could you just leave the computer on? Or the TV? Well, I guess we'll never know. Well, I don't know if I have any more awesome Casper factoids for you guys. I don't... He hasn't even gotten in there. I can't start the timer yet. Although I will pull up the timer, you're right. It will be at the ready as soon as this thing starts, the timer's starting. But I think it's unfair to start the timer before we've gotten the game to show up. I guess we should have just stuck to Xbox games only. That might have been the move. Did the logos actually pop up? Was anyone actually paying attention to whether or not the thing was showing up, or was that just what? Oh, it's back. Timer's starting.
Yes, I figured it out. All right, start the timer.
It's already started as of 2 seconds ago.
Sure, that's fine. Yeah, that took me a bit to figure out because I had to get the USB to plug into something. I didn't know what to plug it into, so I just got a wall plug and directly plugged it where my vacuum normally goes. He attacked without warning. No ghost could withstand his power. I'm reading too far ahead for you, Sherlock, but, you know, as one does.
That's all right.
His strength grows, and he's not content to rule over the spirits alone. Only when he controls the living and the dead will he be satisfied. There are a few left fighting against him. A young witch, Wendy, has come to the only friend she knows for help. I'm Casper. He is the last free ghost, the last chance the spirit's world has for salvation. A lone defender, guarding the mortal world from great evil.
They're really trying to hype up Casper,
the fate of the world lies in the hands of one small ghost. Casper. Yeah, so correct me if I'm wrong, but Casper is a story about a kid who that's it. I'm in game. What?
Dang, they didn't mess around on the PS2, dude. No title screen, right into it.
So this has the exact opposite problem of Blinks. I don't know how to move. My left stick.
The Wikipedia page talked about it. Do you want me to pull that up and tell you?
Well, okay, hold on here. I also have the manual, so we can do what people used to do before the computers, and I can pull this out and read, but I really expected, like, some amount of tutorial.
For anyone wondering, this game came out October 1st, 2001.
Okay, default
If you're
controls.
wondering where it happened in relation to certain world events,
Left stick turning.
it was after.
Right stick move forward, move backwards. Strafe right, strafe left. Oh, that's weird. That's what the right stick does. The right stick is what moves.
Yes.
I would expect camera controls to be on the... Because, like, I'm used to holding forward on the left stick and then turning with the right stick, you know? Like a lot of video games, you just turn your camera. Okay,
Innovative control schemes are, you know, everyone's
square for
standardized
ether
these days,
shield.
but back in the day.
Okay, that's ether shield apparently. Y or triangle for talk. L1 to lock on target. L2 for Casper Comet. That's Casper Comet. R1 for quick turn. That doesn't do anything. R2 for Spirit Blast. Really like the lack of animation for the Spirit Blast.
Already, I think it'll U-turn you. Or maybe like if you're turning side to side, maybe it's like Sonic R, where it
No.
turns you fast. You use the bumper.
Oh, it makes the turning faster.
Yeah, okay. It is like Sonic R.
Okay, still though, this is some weird controls.
Wow, this is just like Luigi's Mansion, guys.
There you are. Hi, Wendy. What brings you
Actually, for reference, when did Luigi's Mansion release date?
There's a problem, Casper.
You said 2004 this game was? Luigi's Mansion should have been 2000.
No, this one's October 1st, 2001.
Oh,
This
really?
is post Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, okay.
Just for
Where did the Casper
for
box
anyone
go?
who's wondering where video games were at the time, this isn't this isn't like a marvel of engineering that's sadly just been outpaced by technology. They were putting out good video games.
The way
at
there's
the
an
time.
X button there on the bottom of the screen makes you think there should be like a subtitle, like a thing here.
Me? What can I do? I'm just a little ghost.
Yeah, that's a really bad frame. Oh, I'm sorry, Silent. He's looking at the screen again.
Both of these models are pretty bad.
Yeah, her arms I think are too long for her. Maybe not.
So
It's just
Casper
very
is your
weird.
main character, right? And you're going to be looking at your main character for the longest amount of time in any video game. So why does he look so low? Like, why didn't they even try on his eyes for Casper? He looks so bad.
Yeah, well, I assume when you're playing the game, you're mostly going to be behind him, so the eyes weren't like a huge priority. But he is going to be in all your cutscenes when you're talking to people.
There better be subtitles
Oh,
and like
it's the
options.
evil ghost, or at least one of the evil ghosts.
So there are 3 ghosts that are evil in the show, and they're like his cousins, aren't they? Casper's.
I don't know how evil they are or whatever, but
Okay, they're more like pranksters, I think.
yeah. He's originally a comics character, by the way. That's what Harvey was on the disc.
Oh, so that's why. Okay.
All I know about Casper is that one time he hung out with Scooby-Doo, I think.
What?
He's actually maybe done that more than one time. If so, then that's all I know about him. I consume all media through whether or not it's crossed over with Scooby-Doo.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Hello, Sonic Gamer. We're playing Casper Spirit Dimensions.
I did update the title.
And by we, I mean him, and I'm here along for the ride.
Yeah.
Such a small ghost. What about all the other ghosts? There must be someone.
Also, maybe a bad time to mention, now that you've got a new person in the audience watching to embarrass you, but you did typo spirit in the little banner above the stream there. I am the wheel. Well, I didn't spin the first wheel. I did spin this wheel. So we'll see in another 30 minutes whether or not I get to spin the next one. It's going to be a fun mystery. Maybe we'll do a coin flip to see who gets to spin the wheel.
I think what's the bigger deal is who gets to put things on the wheel rather than who gets to spin it, because I don't believe there's really much of a
Casper, you have
thing with spinning.
powers. Your spirit
Hello, Shills.
beat Kabash's ghostly minion. Your comet power gives you a burst of speed.
Now that we have some more Sonic gamers and friends in the chat, did anyone play Crossworlds? Does anyone have Crossworlds opinions they'd like to talk about? I don't have enough people to talk about Crossworlds with. I haven't found like anyone that owns a PS5 who's played it.
I had the codes, right? I mostly just gave away codes. I didn't actually play it myself.
Spirit dimensions Kabash has taken over. This house is a strong link to the
I don't know, you didn't miss out on too much, but
Yeah, I'll play it when it actually like comes out, but I just wonder how long that'll be.
it was interesting.
Kabash has blocked the
Do you have any, Shills, do you have any Sonic Crossworlds hot takes, opinions? Do you think it's peak? It's the Mario Kart killer.
There is one dimension
Just like Casper Spirit Dimensions was the Mario killer in 2001.
in one of these.
You see, they didn't have a Mario launch title yet, so they were like, you know, this is competing against Mario 64. This game's gonna do it.
God, that was a really
I
long
said that right
cutscene.
now. I said it.
Great, there are subtitles. I could have sure used them throughout that whole experience back there, but I didn't know that there was not going to be cutscenes on by default.
I'm glad that Zaz is back in, And also, as a proud owner of two,
The Dampa plushes.
I forget how tall the Dodonpa plushies are off the top of my head, but as the proud owner of two Great Eastern Dodonpa plushies, probably the only person in the world who owns two of them, his number one fan, I was very excited to see him back and like animated and
Okay, I
stuff for
swear I put
the little
subtitles
gear
on.
selection menu where they're trying to explain gear to you. Gadgets, sorry. Uh, I was pogging a little bit. I was popping off.
I can't move in the cutscene in the menu.
This is not the one by the Ninja Bread guys. This is Lucky Chicken made this, and they mostly just made bad licensed games and then got bought by a mobile game
So
company.
there are more than one Casper game though, because I could have sworn there was at least two.
Oh, this is the 9th Casper game ever
9?
made, and it's out of, I think there's 4 more after this. I said so, out of 13. There are 2 more. This is the first PlayStation 2 game on there, I think, and there's like 2 more after this. And they have a DS and a Wii game and something else.
Sure.
But no, it's not the Ninja Bread man guys. There
What?
was one that Nibroc said was supposed to be very bad.
Data design, right? That's the
But we
Ninja Bread
don't know if
guys.
it's-
Oh,
I have no idea.
I didn't say any of them were good. I just said one of them was horribly broken, and that's probably the data design one.
It just might be.
Oh, who's this guy? Sir
It's a
Richard.
very
That's huge
good
subtitles.
loading screen.
I said earlier that little X button there looks like it's supposed to be on a menu box, and look, there's the menu box.
It sure is.
I'm Casper, and I'm here to find a way.
What is Little Ghost doing here in our kingdom? It seems like you kind of have a lot of ghosts. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like that's the whole point of Casper, is that there's a lot of ghosts.
This was the chance.
Crimson Egg Gamer says, "Yo, Nibroc, I never got a chance to say hi to you in Sonic Revolution Online."
Hey there,
So hi now.
Sonic Revolution Online. That was the online one, right?
Yeah, that was the expo thing that you did where you like did the call in. I think your panel.
Yeah, the panel. I don't know why I was thinking like some other thing I did. I don't know. These all blur together to me. I don't really do too many of those things.
Oh shoot, he's shooting his spirit orbs.
Yeah, I got the Casper orb. Apparently you can hold that down.
I'm gonna be honest, I do not like Casper shooting energy projectiles and like.
Well, what bothers me is he just has no animation for doing it. They just go right out of his hand, and his hands are completely stationary. They don't look like they're supposed to be doing that.
Yeah. This game might not be very good, guys.
Oof.
Nubrock, I didn't tell you beforehand because you told me not to tell you anything, but this game did get a 5 out of 10 from IGN. 5.5, I think.
That feels generous, in my opinion, from what I'm playing right now.
Well, this was 2001, so they were a little bit more generous at the time, I believe. Nowadays, it's just like 7s across the board, and anything below a 7 is like death.
Yeah, okay, so like there is game age, right? So the older games are, so harder they are to come back to.
Uh-huh.
And this definitely feels like one of those where if you had played it at the time, it might have been easier to get into, but now that you're playing it like so long post like PlayStation era, it's just especially rough. So I'm supposed to be finding those helmets? I wasn't really paying attention to Sir Richard's.
Which is a game that's really, really hard to go back to at this point, just control scheme wise. Some people, they grew up with it, or just, you know, they played it back in the day. They can still go back, but
Which game is?
What's that?
What game are you saying is hard to go back to?
Oh, GoldenEye.
Oh, GoldenEye. You know, I was looking for GoldenEye when it was out today. I was trying to find it on the Wii.
Oh yeah, I forgot they made a remake of it.
Yeah. But no,
yeah, no,
GoldenEye and Perfect Dark, those are games where like it wasn't really established what a first-person shooter game should control like yet, and so they were the first takes. I like those games. I think they control, like once you get used to it, it's interesting, and that's what I'm thinking this game is probably gonna be like. Where once I get used to this weird control scheme, again, this feels really weird. So
killing you, dude.
forward, backwards is the right stick, and then moving the camera is the left stick. That is completely backwards how. And was there a thing for this? No, there was no settings. Oh, but I could turn vibrations on. Oh, nice.
Wait, vibration was off by default?
Yeah, why would that be off by default? I guess not everyone had the DualSense or DualShock controllers.
I mean, but wouldn't you just turn it on by default though? And
Right,
then
and then if you don't have it, it just doesn't
you don't
matter.
have it. I don't know, man. I don't develop the games. I'm just watching someone playing Casper Spirit Dimension.
So how's that timer looking?
Well, it hasn't gone off yet, but it sounds like you would like for it to be over.
I just want to know what I'm up against here.
26 minutes. I know that you had mentioned when we hung out, you'd mentioned you finally played like Nightfire.
Yeah,
Agent
yeah,
Under
I
Fire,
played some
one of those
Nightfire
two.
on the Xbox.
Just such a much better controlling video game. But that's the one that I had when I was younger. So for me, like that's the 007 games that I always go back to are those two. And man, I
It
just can't
is-
play GoldenEye.
It is like Nightfire still isn't quite what PlayStation like what one expects from a first-person shooter. It's still a little off. You hold down the button to aim, and then you aim with the same stick that you were moving with. But
Yeah.
once you get used to it, it is really good. And like I
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
pretty
like
good.
the way you move and shoot in that game feels different.
So-
But it's like you can point anywhere in the screen. You don't have to point directly at the person you're shooting at. You know.
Yeah.
Which can lead to
Nibroc,
some
we
advantage.
have a Nibroc lore question for you. Why is your logo the 6 stars?
That is a good question. So when I was younger, I used to make lots of little games and stuff, and I decided back then that I would have a company, and my company would be that logo, those 6 stars, based on some of the glow-in-the-dark stars I had on my ceiling. I still have a lot of those glow-in-the-dark stars, actually. I even put them back on my ceiling in the same way. But yeah, I decided that as a little tribute to my younger self, I would keep that logo. I think it's more iconic than just having a regular Sonic logo or icon. You know, I could totally just do that, but I think having my logo on all these little things kind of helped me create a brand for myself. Even though I don't do like
Yeah.
all that stuff, it's just nice to have something that is iconic.
Yeah, and at this point, you've had it for so long, you've like rendered it a bajillion times in so many colors and everything.
Oh
So
yeah, I love
it's
to
definitely-
customize it. I have a couple shirts with it too. Ooh. What do you call this? A flagging? When you like put them in this thing and you throw tomatoes at them?
I think you mean flogging, but that's like not the same. That's not the tomatoes. That's like a whip.
Oh.
Like I think it's a flog. I think you flog with a flog, but it's like a short whip.
The
I
flog
think.
is a weapon. The tomato. Okay.
Yeah, I think. Well, the tomatoes are just like a more PG form of like a stoning.
Sure how to get you free. I wanna help, but I don't know how to.
You know, it's a little bit less violent. It's a little bit
It's a
more.
little less violent.
Yeah.
Each key was entrusted to a thief. Defeat the thieves, get the keys, and bring them here to unlock me. Once
Oh, I just realized this is the king of whatever kingdom you're in. I'm assuming the evil
King
ghost
William.
did this to him. There are 4 keys. Well, the poor man there is the king, so we need to find the 4 keys to unlock him, and then he's going to give us a thing that he hid from Kabosh.
Gosh.
From what I gathered from skimming that. All very important Casper lore that I'm sure true Casper heads who grew up reading the Harvey comics are
So
like,
admittedly,
yeah.
because I didn't have subtitles on, I didn't really piece a lot of what that starting cutscene was.
Yeah, what Wendy was talking about, I also
Yeah.
did not. I had my audio off. I wasn't listening to her.
Yeah, so I mean that's not great. Also, if you want, I could just share OBS to you, and then you can
No,
watch
no, no,
through
no, no,
that.
no, no, no. Because then if you do that, yeah, I don't want the stream quality to suffer because you're streaming two things at the same time. I would prefer that our wonderful chat has the good
Nice.
experience there. So I'm fine with being a little bit behind and with it being on mute.
Okay, fair enough. I'm sorry. What was that? Pass through the bars.
Oh, you have to use your ethereal form.
Where were the bars? Yeah, I got ethereal form.
Use ghost power to activate your ethereal shield. Oh,
Okay. Oh. I was hoping I'd get used to these controls after a little while, but they are still very much a hindrance.
don't worry, Cam. I know what you guys want. I know the people want Casper.
Spin the wheel. Boy. I'm trying to think of some things to say about this game.
There's not really much. It's just you're fighting around with the weird control scheme and trying
So again,
to navigate.
I don't really know Casper all that well. Like, I didn't grow up with the comics. I watched the 1 or 2 movies, which I think weren't even reviewed that well back then.
I don't even think I've seen those. I mean, I saw like commercials for them when they were coming
I
out.
think they
but...
made 3 of them, and like 2 of them were live action, and oh, I'm green now. Probably poison.
That's probably fine.
But the whole thing about Casper is that he is subtitled the Friendly Ghost. I'm blasting people right now. I don't know who these guys are. I'm killing them. This is not what I think a Friendly Ghost does. And why does Casper have the ability to shoot from his hands?
Well, you're in the spirit dimension, so.
Oh, you're right. In the spirit dimension, Casper
I actually don't know if you're in the spirit dimension or if you have to go to the spirit dimension. You might not even be there yet. Because that guy did say like, "Oh, what's a friendly ghost like you doing around here?" So, we might not even be there yet.
Use homing shots to. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, my only Casper knowledge. Oh, there are bars. You can use your ethereal form to go through those.
Yeah,
bars
I'm trying to, but maybe I'm just out of Ethereum because I can't use that ability now.
Oh, well, good news. You do have 1 of 4 keys.
When did I pick up a key?
I also don't know. Last time I checked, it was at 0. So, who can say?
I have a key now. That's what I do.
But yeah, all I remember of Casper is like Scooby Doo. I think they were in some of those.
I feel like that's wrong. I don't feel
There was definitely Casper Scooby Doo crossover. How else would I know anything about Casper? For Scooby Doo.
Okay, I mean, yes, I believe you. I will accept this. There was like Scooby Doo and the Ghoul School, and I feel like I remember that more than I.
Oh, I'm thinking about Scooby Doo meets the Boo Brothers.
Oh.
So I guess there wasn't a Casper one. I was thinking about the Boo Brothers.
Are the Boo Brothers the mean ghosts who are not Casper's friends? Oh, look, a key.
No, but they may as well be.
Yeah, they're like the Three Stooges looking like ones, right? The ghosts?
No, I think the Boo Brothers, there's only 2 of them, maybe? Or maybe not. Honestly, I don't remember.
All right.
Oh, you're right. They are the trio. Okay, that's probably why I was thinking of that, though, and thinking that it was Casper. So I have actually 0 Casper knowledge, then. I just know that he's a friendly ghost.
And I can take back my, okay, I believe you. Now I don't trust you no more, because I knew for a fact that Casper and Scooby-Doo has not met, and I was right. And now you have to say I'm right.
You are right.
I am
but
right.
Is it? He dropped a key. Okay, I guess you got it from killing knights.
Yeah, so there's got to be like one more knight around here somewhere. Unless, is the key inside this thing? I still don't know how to access my ethereal form. I feel like I gotta get energy. But I don't, like, is it the crystals that give me the energy? No. those little white balls or something look like a thing that I could touch to get ethereal form. They said something earlier about getting ethereal form, and I don't know. Yeah,
They just said something about using your ethereal shield, but I do not know anything about that.
Okay, wait.
Not exactly a caster.
I got a little
spirit.
green thing on my HUD now in the bottom left.
Yep, you filled
That
up a little
could-
bit. That is probably your ethereal shield bar.
Okay, so where did that iron cage go? I think I'm right above it. There it is. Okay, and then pop down some ethereal form. Ooh. Now, why did I need to do that? Why can't Casper just go through things? Because he's a ghost.
You just wouldn't get it, dude. You just wouldn't get it.
I feel like this would be a great game just to do no clipping and just let you be a ghost and fly around through things. And the hard part is that you can't touch stuff. Like, that's where the puzzle comes in, is how do you make a thing do a thing when you can't touch anything?
Oh, I did see someone shooting at you. There is a knight down here somewhere.
Yeah, no, I am a... Oh, I did it. I got the key and we
Use
skipped
the
right to
fire
rescuing...
enhancer to affect a larger area. Oh, wow. Yeah, your fireballs are, like, huge now. Oh, also, that was quick. He got out of that thing. He's immediately back in, like, his king outfit. Good for him.
I think he was wearing the king outfit before.
Oh, okay. I just didn't see it because he was in the wooden shackle.
He was in the wooden shackle thing. For the flogging.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, look. We got 4 keys to give him, and now he's going to give us a key. Key for a key. Truly a fair trade. Is that a rat on the floor? What is that thing? Are those rats?
Could be.
I want to see the rats. Oh, cool. We got a little... Oh, yeah, look at the little rats. Bam, 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 bam.
Oh, man, he's dancing. He's excited.
I could not kill the rats.
Oh, yeah, you still got the fire in here. Oh, man, it's gone. Crimson A Gamer said, what was it like when you first released a model for people to mess around with?
Bad. Was bad. I don't do model releases, not publicly at least. I usually try to vet the people that I'm giving my models to. I just wasn't a big fan of what people did to what was it? I think the Bubsy model.
Yeah, that, I mean, was it...
And there was...
was it back when you did SFM? Was that, like, the first stuff that you'd release?
No, I just
Or
put
is
it
that
onto
the people who
DeviantArt
wanted
for people to
to order
download.
that?
It does look like I'm just moving the camera around. That's the challenge, is just getting the camera to look at what I want. And then Casper just, like, T-poses over there.
He, like, tilts forward a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, no, he has animations, but, like, for what he's doing, it just really feels like there isn't a lot of, like, movement. There's also, like,
his
not a
hands
lot
out
of...
like that, he kind of moves around like Iron Man. And even, like, he's shooting from his palms. He's got the...
Yeah, he's got the repulsor. I got Iron Man on the PlayStation 2, so we could do a direct comparison between Casper and Iron Man. But
yeah, I mean, Iron Man and Iron Man 2, I believe, are on our magic spin wheel.
They are. Okay, so here's something I want to talk about. See this chest in front of me? I'll catch up for you in a second, but to open the chest, I have to shoot it, right? And there is... Oh my gosh, I can't even see what I'm doing now. Oh my gosh, this camera. Can't I just be a ghost? Okay, so touching the chest does nothing. Shooting the chest. When I shoot the chest, it breaks a lock. Can you tell that the lock is broken on the chest now? There's like zero feedback to anything. And then I walk up and bam, the chest opens. And then little sparkles and things. But like, shouldn't I have gotten like a better thing when I shot the chest the first time? Like a bit of feedback to know that I hit it? Shouldn't it have just opened automatically? Why do I gotta touch the chest after shooting the lock off the chest? Like, what is this?
They only made one animation for the stuff shooting out of the chest. And they didn't want to do 2 separate ones. And make 2 separate flags. Maybe it would be difficult if you like shot it and it opened, but there were still items in it. But you
I don't
like,
have to
didn't
collect
go
the
up to it and
items.
touch it. If you leave and come back, you'd think you already looted that chest. But it's like, no, you just didn't approach it. It's kind of just bad. It should probably just, when you knock it open, it should just automatically fill into your gem meter.
Yeah.
So you don't have to go up
Okay,
and touch it.
so he gave me a key. I go into this building. Now what? Now what do I do?
Well, you have double shots. Wow.
Double shots, double shots.
Start shooting, start blasting.
So then I started blasting.
Both. This was probably the best game that was put out in 2001.
No.
It's like Sonic Adventure 2, Casper Spirit Dimension. I'm thinking Casper might take this one.
What? Now, here's the thing. Casper Spirit Dimension isn't like the Casper movie game, right? Like, this is not related to that. So why was this game made?
Well, I mean, there were 9 games made before, or 8 games made
Right.
before this.
Casper
So,
is one of
also
those
just
brands that like
semi-popular.
was popular at the time and has been on a steep decline. Like, I don't think anyone really talks about or knows about Casper these days. It could be regional. It could be that like some people are far more familiar with Casper in like France, for example. But he is a comic strip brand that I don't think really ever found his identity. I'll tell you, like, there's shows, there's movies, but it's like the Peanuts, right? They kind of go dormant for a long time. Something comes out, and then they go dormant again. That's what's happening to Smurfs currently.
Peanuts has a little bit of a better situation, though, because everyone actually likes Peanuts. And Casper is more so like...
Well, people
Oh,
clearly
yeah,
like Casper at some point.
remember Casper.
But, like, there's just nothing for Casper these days. Like, what was the last Casper thing? I don't know. And sure, maybe there are things and I just don't know about them, but that's not good that I don't know about them. That means they aren't doing well.
Shill says, you can generally make a licensed game at any time, but it's also not uncommon to make a game around a time another big project comes out and be unrelated to that project.
Right, so
Which
that's
is
what I'm
good.
thinking. Like, in 2001, did the Casper movie come out? Can you look that up for me?
I may be able to do
Because
that.
obviously the Casper movie doesn't really have a lot of material to turn into a video game. So I understand making a video game based on Casper and just doing the Spirit Dimension thing, but I don't know. I think a point-and-click game would have made a much better Casper video game.
The first Casper movie, like the one you're thinking about, was 1995. So
What?
this is a post-Casper movie world.
Okay, so yeah, I mean the body, but yeah, I don't. 5 years or no, 6 years after the movie.
It may have been ill-advised. Let me see Casper franchise.
Let me check the journal.
Is there another one? Casper's Haunted Christmas came out 2000. I think that's the one that Shills was talking about earlier.
Okay, so
As
there
the
was
only
something,
Casper
but it
memory.
wasn't like the same year, right?
That was the one that was done in CGI. But yeah, that was the year before, and this game came out in October 1st. So I guess it was just like a Halloween's around this time, October, and this is a ghost. We can do something with that.
Fair enough. I understand this is a ghost thing, but like this environment's just really dark and gloomy for a kid's game. Like I can't imagine like a 7-year-old popping this game in and just having a blast. Like this feels grim. Like
I get
Luigi's
what they're
Mansion
going
is
for.
dark, but it also has a ton of bright, colorful elements. Like
The
aside
ghosts, for one.
Right. Aside from Casper, like, who is this guy? He just looks like a guy, you know? Like, this isn't like, oh, here's another Casper Ghost Friend character style guy. Like the Boo Brothers. Or not, whoever the...
Can you please be nice to King William, dude? He's having a hard day.
He gave me a key. I don't know where I'm supposed to be going now.
Well, maybe you should have been paying attention to his words
I don't need to pay attention. I have you. You're the backseat driver.
Well, I wasn't paying attention either. I was reading chat, dude.
See, this is the downfall. Time?
If anything, you're supposed to be focused on playing the game. I suppose I could scroll back. You have 7 minutes, 30 seconds left. I could go back to when he was talking to you and see what he said on screen from the stream. Let's see. When was he talking? He's talking to you here. Okay. Now it's time to put things right and put Kabosh back in his place. A place far away from the good spirits of this His text box cut off there. I have to wait for him. Of this realm, here, take this key part. It will help you in your journey. Only when the dragons are defeated can we. But he gave you a part of a key.
Oh, because
Which
I don't
isn't
have a
even-
full key. I have a part of a key.
Yeah. Truly be free of kibosh. Yeah, I don't think he really told you, like, where to go. He just gave you half of a key, which isn't even...
Okay, that's what I thought he
That
did.
helpful.
I
That's
could.
going
I
away.
remember some nonsense about a dragon, but like I don't remember if he said, "All right, now head to the thing to do with the key." I didn't even realize I got half a key. I thought he gave me a full key. I thought it was 4 keys for 1 key.
No, well, the 4 keys was to unlock him,
I
and
know,
then he
but-
said, don't worry, I've got half a key. Which, I don't think you really got a fair exchange rate on the 4 key to half a
No.
key thing, trade. It doesn't really seem very fair, but... Oh well.
This is the kind of game where I need like a waypoint marker to point me towards the thing that I need to go to, like Crazy Taxi. Like, oh, go get over here.
This is why they used to be able to sell strategy guides.
That's true. Games used to be hard, and there wasn't easy online things. But I feel like if I have to pull up a, okay, I'm going back then. If I have to pull up a manual
video
to
game
understand the game,
walkthrough?
then it's not really a good game. Like the point of a game is to give you an enjoyable experience. You're supposed to be able to just kind of play it and go through a thing and like.
Oh, huge. We found a loading screen.
Yeah, I'm back. I went backwards because I'm guessing that doesn't continue. So I'm going to go back to where I came from, and maybe I'll find more keys out here. But I thought that, like, that gate opened and that I could go into a thing. Oh, 4 key parts to open the dragon cave.
Return?
Return to what? It didn't say anything.
Well, maybe it's because you left the door. Go back and see if it has more to say if you stay in the area.
All right, I'll wiggle my way over there. Why would this fire hurt me? I'm a ghost.
You need 4 key parts to enter the dragon.
We may never know.
Return when you have the parts.
Okay, to enter the dragon cave, return.
Oh. Return when you have the parts.
Oh, so basically it wasn't helpful at all, and they could have probably shortened that to be 1 text box.
Yeah.
Awesome job.
Ugh. It's funny, I played a B-movie game recently, and that has flying controls in it, and those flying controls work well, but
They're okay. Although I played the Wii version, so maybe it's worse on there than it was
it
for you.
controls how I would expect it to. So your left stick does all the movement stuff, and to go forward, you just push like the A or X button to move
Yeah.
forward, and that works because I don't have to do this whole strafe and move at the same time. And even so, I would like these to be flipped around. I'd rather move with my left stick and strafe with my left stick than turn my camera with my left stick. It just feels so unnatural. By 2001, the standard of video games have been set up that you move with your left stick and your camera turns with your right stick. I don't like that my camera turns with the left stick. I gave another game some bad review because of this, and I realized it was my own fault afterwards. It was like Star Trek I played, and I was trying to play that game, and it was left stick to turn camera, right stick to move. Turned out it's just some setting that I had to change, but I
Yeah, that's not everyone had it figured out. It seemed like it was standard because all the best people were doing it, but 2001 was still an era where people were just making really dumb decisions.
honestly, I would
Not
prefer
everyone
tank
could copy it.
controls to this. If it was just to
You
like,
do have 2 minutes 30 seconds left. You could cut Casper a little bit short and just move on if you're done with Casper.
I mean, I just got to this big open area. There's like a green fog. I'm just not feeling this one.
It is really foggy, which is probably just because they were like, we can't load anything beyond this point. It's going to be green fog today.
Well, like Casper's white, so you probably want the green to contrast with Casper.
Maybe. It is slightly spooky, although it does mostly just remind me of, like, soup.
Yeah,
soup.
it just feels like green soup to me. Oh my god, he just fell off. The combat's so rough.
This game really makes you feel like a friendly ghost.
I will say the movement in the game, despite how bad it is, does give me this feeling of like, oh, I'm a ghost. I feel weird to move because I'm dead. Like I felt that, but that doesn't mean it's good.
You see, I was kidding. You weren't supposed to say yeah.
No, the bad controls make me feel like a ghost, like I'm some unearthly being. Not in a good way. I feel weird.
Yeah, if you say so.
I do. I said so. All right. How's that timer looking? You said there's like 2 minutes left. Oh, look at the time. The timer ended. Oh, Casper's over.
Oh wow. Oh, but I could press the +1 minute button. And
No,
add it.
you could not. You can't do that. All right. Casper's been played. Casper's getting a nice 2 on the ranking scale. That's out of a 10. So it's not a 1. I think Casper. There's some interesting elements. I wouldn't give it a 5 like IGN did. You said IGN, right?
Yeah, 5.5.
5 was
The
probably a bit
Metacritic
generous.
score is 58%.
Now, most video game places, they don't really give games bad rankings. They keep within like 5 to 10, and like 7 is like your acceptable mediocre. 5 is bad for IGN.
Well, nowadays it's even shifted where 7 is pretty much like not even acceptable. That's like, oh, new Call of Duty came out. If you're at a 7, it's like, wow.
No, so,
this
that's what I'm saying.
game's
7 is an average, and like that's not good. Being
At this
average
point,
is
7's below. I guess it's still kind of average, but if you have a game that's average, everyone's like, oh my gosh, this one sucks. This is bad.
okay. So yeah, Casper gets a 2. It's now been played,
Boo.
which means we remove Casper from the list, and we're going to spin again. All right, Sherlock, you're up. Get ready to give it your best spin.
All right. Everyone's been waiting for our favorite segment, the favorite part of the stream. Who's gonna spin the wheel?
It's you. You spin the wheel. You get
It's
to
me.
when
So
you say
that part of
spin.
the segment's over. Now, time for our second favorite segment. Prower spins the wheel.
All right, spin the wheel,
By
please.
which we mean I count it down and he spins the wheel for me.
All right, I'm waiting for you to spin it.
Thank you. Okay, ready, set, spin that wheel.
Woo!
Yippee!
Up. All right, so we are now going to put on some Up. This is a game by Asobo Studio. They are, I think they're mostly just known for making the lower console generations of all the Pixar games. So they did the Ratatouille, they did Up, they did something else. I believe Avalanche is the one who makes like the console version game. So this is like with most licensed games, there are 2 different versions because they didn't want to backport the newer one. So this is like the Wii and PlayStation 2 version versus the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. So I probably do need to get another copy of Up to see what that versions of the game's like. But we're going to put this one in now. So let me go make that switch.
Is this a solo? Is it? It's not on their Wikipedia page. I was doing my same thing that I did earlier, where I was like, okay, I'll go check out the guys that made this. It's not on the... Oh, there it is. I missed it. Okay. So they did make some licensed games in the past. They did WALL-E, they did Up, they did Ratatouille, they did Garfield, A Tale of Two Kitties, they had Toy Story 3. After that is where it starts getting interesting, though. So after Toy Story 3, they have Racket Sports, that doesn't matter. Connect Rush, a Disney Pixar adventure.
Okay, I have returned.
The actual interesting thing is that they worked on The Crew. If anyone remembers The Crew, that Ubisoft game, that it's like a car racing thing in an open world United States.
Asobo did?
Yeah. So they did mostly licensed garbage until The Crew.
No, that's how a lot of big companies actually start out, is they do the licensed garbage until they get...
I mean, they still did licensed garbage afterwards too, but like less. I also don't know if they were lead dev or if they just worked on it in some capacity. But The Crew was a bigger title, and they did Monopoly Plus after that same year. Fragments, HoloLens. Oh, they did Young Conquer for HoloLens.
Ooh, really?
Everyone remember Young Conquer? Everyone's favorite Conquer spinoff.
So did the game just start, or is this like an opening cutscene?
Who can say, really?
I'm just gonna let it play out because I don't want to accidentally skip the first cutscene of the game. So Heavy Iron, they are also a well-known.
Record. They did like a bunch of stuff after. Sorry, I'm cutting you off. You go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You sounds like you have something more important to say.
Okay, let me finish this up, and then you can talk about Up. They did Recore. If anyone remembers that one, it's the one where you like pull cores out of robots. And you got like a robot dog. HoloLens died, dude. It's sad. It just didn't go anywhere. I think AR in general really just fell off. Like the Google Glass didn't really make it anywhere. HoloLens died. The closest thing we kind of have now is like the Apple Vision Pro, but it's still mostly a VR headset. So they did Recore and they did Disneyland Adventures, Zoo Tycoon, Ultimate Animal Collection. And they did The Crew 2, A Plague Tale Innocence. Haven't heard of it, but I don't know, maybe it was good. It's not licensed. And then they've worked on the most recent versions of Flight Simulator for 2020 and 2024, and they did a second Plague Tale game.
It's pretty good.
So they picked up. They haven't been doing Disney. I can't say that. They did a Disney game in 2017, but
for now though, Disney has kind of
doing like Up.
Disney has kind of leaned away from doing licensed games like for all their big releases. But back in the day, this used to be a thing. Like every Pixar and Disney movie kind of had to have a video game based around it if they wanted to be like a big success.
Yeah.
And I really miss that era.
Why do you need to create a profile on Up the video game? I know it's like a family thing. So like, what if someone else plays Up, and it's not on my save file? Someone's playing as Carl without me, but I don't know. It feels like it's not a game that needs multiple save files and like custom profiles.
Feels like a thing that probably exists because around this time, the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360 had those built into the system, whereas the PlayStation 2 and the Wii didn't have any profiles. So they probably want to make it so that you can make two profiles so that you and your friend have their names over their heads or something.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know. I'm just guessing here. Chapter 1, Crash Landing. So one of my favorite things about licensed video games is that sometimes the game is actually a sequel to the movie. Other times they try to adapt the movie and they basically just do their own thing based on the same scripts. So you get very different experiences on your favorite movies. In this scenario, I believe we are playing through the story of Up, but it's been rebuilt.
They're splicing it together.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we skipped like the whole intro and we're just at like, yeah, we're upping right now.
If you've watched any trailers to Up, all the trailers are the moment of the balloon going off, and so I guess you probably already know that Up is about a house in the sky.
A house going up?
But they've obviously skipped sort of the major emotional set piece of the story. But that's what you watch the movie for. You don't need to have the flashback.
They didn't have the wife dying montage at the start.
Yeah, we don't need the wife dying montage to play a silly PlayStation 2 game.
Are you alright, sir? Sir? You're awake.
Does it look pretty good? Does it? Or is it because we're watching compressed movie Pixar files and we haven't seen
You know, that's
yet?
interesting is that you can tell that this is a video file, but they're using like game models that look very low poly. I wonder why it needed to be compressed. Probably just to make sure it performs and
You'd think
runs
that
fast.
they just do, I don't know, maybe at some point they have to do their own stuff so they can't just use scenes from the movie. But you'd think they would just do that.
Most of the
maybe like the effects and stuff that they're running were just a little bit too advanced for the PS2.
Well, my guess is that we're looking at cutscenes from the Xbox 360 version that are now being played for the PlayStation 2, but they're just compressed to
Oh,
video files.
maybe.
That's what they would do
Yeah.
a lot of times. But okay, yeah, no, for sure. Look at that model. That's different
Yeah.
model. All right, so
Yep.
yeah, that was definitely the Xbox 360 version being played.
Oh, he's polygonal.
Blockhead. Okay,
Are
so
we still thinking it looks good, Noni? Are we still?
all right, we gotta go get the.
Oh man, he's moving around like Lego Yoda.
He is a little Lego Yoda-ish. All right, I can jump? Wow, dude's got hops.
Wow, what a
Yeah, I mean, if I could jump that high at what is he like 70, like late 70s, 80s?
so cool.
Impressive.
Brand new collection.
That was also an insanely fast bug catching net. So it is kind of built like a Lego game so far. Like you got the second player over there that you just like drop in, drop out.
Yeah, this is something that I've been thinking about a lot. Like, what is this genre
Oh,
of
they
game?
even flash and glow when you swap over between them.
Yeah. So, like, this style of video game, right? I think most
Uh-huh.
people are familiar with this game through Legos, but have you ever played, like, Nicktoons Unite?
Nope.
Okay, so you have no idea what I'm talking about. Well, most licensed video
Play a lot
games
of
control
licensed
like
games.
this. There is a locked camera position, so you are not controlling the camera, which I think is the best way to do this for children. And then you have your character who you can control, another character you can swap to, and then a simple melee or even projectile attack. That's how a lot of these video games play, like licensed ones. I
Yeah,
don't
this
know
one
what you
just
call
feels
this.
very much like Lego.
Yeah, but
Even for that style that you're talking
this
about, I do
style of
kind of
game
know
has
what you're
existed
talking
before Lego, but I don't know what we call this genre. Most people refer to this genre as adventure games, but that's not really indicative of anything of what the game actually contains. I don't know what we
Yeah,
call this
it's a
genre.
lot more specific because they use the same blueprint of
Okay, have you
like
played a Skyrim
exactly
game from before?
a bug.
You haven't played a Skyrim game?
Sorry, what have I not played?
A Skyrim, or not